Welcome to the Digital Maddie Show with your host and host Miithyl, a pod made exclusively for solopreneurs, artists, and coaches who wants to build their digital empire. With 15 plus years of business experience, I cover topics on personal branding, content creation, and digital marketing on this show and invite many experts who share the same passion like mine. Today, I have an amazing guest on the show. Her name is Andrea, and she deeply wants people to own their life, learn to set healthy boundaries based on their needs and wants, and offer tools to overcome several troubles on the way of letting go the past to start living in peace, acceptance, and love. She learned how subconscious patterns actually run human lives and how they can be changed for a better so that they are more serving to life. She would love to see everyone in their true potential, happy and satisfied. So, without wasting much of our time, let me bring on the stage none other than Andrea. So, Andrea, welcome to the Digital Maddie Show.
Thank you for inviting me, and I want to welcome everyone who's joining us today.
Awesome. So, Andrea, can you just share about your backstory with all of us?
So I started studying economics and was working a long of, years in that arena. And I was observing in the faces of people I crossed around in the office, on the street, were several negative emotions. And I was asking myself, why is that? And began to study the field of psychology and became a psychological counselor, an NLP trainer, and a hypnosis coach along on the way. And today I'm offering people tools and helping them unleashing the true potential within them to transform some limiting beliefs which are still influencing their lives. And I'm so happy and proud that I'm where I am today.
This is pretty huge. And Andrea, thank you so much once again for being as a guest on the show. And I'm super excited to, ask you a lot of questions because these are the questions I know a lot of people must have asked you in your journey. So, the very first question, why is it that self care is important in life?
So it's essential to know ourselves, to know our boundaries, and um, to hold to them, because it's giving us the power. It's keeping us in a healthy and safe place.
This is nice. This is actually nice. But then, Andrea, since there are a lot of solopreneurs, artists, and coaches who listen to this particular show, uh, many times I have seen that most entrepreneurs they struggle trying to understand how to take it further. And one thing which I have understood is till the time you don't know your why, you will always struggle with the how. So but then eventually when I listen to all this I can understand that you need to know yourself, which is very crucial. So why do you think it is very essential to know yourself to begin anything in the life?
Yes, because we were born like an unfilled bottle, and when we grew up, we uh, had great learning experiences which were very helpful. And we heard a lot of things in our environment, all these do's and don'ts. And what we maybe don't realize is how these subconscious patterns influence us on a daily basis. And oftentimes it's not the knowledge we are lacking, because a lot of people have great knowledge and they cannot move forward anyway. So it's about transformation, to find out the limiting belief which is holding us back, maybe fear, maybe something else, to look behind it, to transform it, and If we know where we want to go and we have the why, then by transformation, we find out that we are doing it. Because for our subconscious mind, there are two options: either we are doing something or we are not doing something. There's no trying out, because if I'm saying I'm trying out, I communicate to my subconscious. So I'm failing, and it will show us experiences that we are trying and not doing, and here's a great difference.
This is something, Andrea, which I think universe is trying to tell me, because you are the second guest. In the previous episode, I was interviewing one of the finest hypnotist from UK, and even he said the same thing. Either you can do it, you cannot do it. There is nothing called as try. And again, you just said the same thing. So back to back two episodes, getting the same message. Wow. But this is you was talking about limiting belief, and I have understood one more thing, that limiting belief is also because of the inner critic that we have, and that is that huge voice which tries to hold us back. Can you throw some light in depth about how can you stop an inner critic?
Yes, by let's say the inner critic is like a figure which is always crying and trying to protect us, and is carrying protecting us from danger, which is mostly not existed. And then we can stop it by taking in the place of our healthy adult within us, who is telling us that what we have already accomplished, what did we do good in the world. And so we can stop this inner critic by bringing them evidence what we already mastered. But if we are in a down phase, we tend not to see what we already achieved. It's like we forgot it, or like it's normal and we cannot acknowledge it. So, and if it's that way, then I recommend to have a look, because everyone was a baby, and today we are able to sit straight, we are able to go, we are able to run. And when we were babies, these were huge tasks which we accomplished already. And going back into childhood, what we did good, and if we focus on what we did good, we will tend to remember more of what we already did good.
Wow, this is awesome. Like, Andrea, how do you make it so simple? I'm like, these are, if I ask these questions to some of the scholars, probably they will write books. But then, you just made it very simple. Thank you.
Yes, that's what I'm doing with my programs, because I visited a lot of seminars. I studied a lot of techniques in the field of psychotherapy, and I was asking myself, okay, where is the point? It's so complicated, everything. And often after seminars, they are highly motivated, and then I was going home and asking, okay, where was the point right now? So for me, it was very important to bring it simple. So as Albert Einstein said, if you understand a field, you are able to even learn it, to teach it to a children, and make it simple. And so I also created a program which is short, simple, brought to the point, very transformative, and so it's a value of mine. I know this all storytelling is very interesting and people like to listen, but for me, time is a very important resource, and I'm honoring it.
Glad to know that. And Andrea, with this, we come to the end of the phase one. And with, like, now it's time for the phase two, and phase two is all about rapid fire round, where I'm going to ask you five questions, and you won't get time to think. So whatever the thing comes to your mind at the very first place, you just have to share. So are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Awesome. So let us make it more intense. Let me just zoom a little bit. Awesome. All right. So here you go with the first question. So who do you admire the most?
So I admire myself the most.
Lovely. That's really cool. That's, I think, the first step of self love. Awesome. Can you describe yourself in 3 words?
Uh, Keep it simple, realistic, and relevant.
Lovely. Lovely. All right. What's your favorite movie quote?
I'm not watching TV.
All right. Favorite book?
Oh, there are tons of it, and I cannot bring it down to one. That's not possible.
All right. Got it. Got it. So, all right. What is the one thing that you would like to put on your bucket list in 2023?
More, more. Seeing more satisfied people, because here in Austria, when we go out, all these wars and depressive state and this corona did something with humans, and to see them back happy, and if I could buy that, I will buy that.
Got it. Got it. All right. Who is your favorite cartoon character and why? Maybe in the
I,
childhood. Okay.
I don't know, maybe Pippi Langstrumpf,
All right.
because she was very had a great self-esteem, was very creative, and did what she wanted to.
Got it. Got it. Got it. So thank you, Andrea, for participating in the rapid fire round. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Did you?
Yes, I enjoyed it as well.
Awesome. So, Andrea, all the people who are listening to this particular episode, either on podcast or on video platform, uh, if they want to connect with you and if they want to find themselves, their inner self, how can they connect with you?
So I have a web page which is www.andrealukac.com, and there is a field where they can write me a message. So, and I will respond and get back to them. And the next, what they can find is that by Valentine's Day this year, I'm starting a huge program called Take Back Your Power, which is simple, brought to the step, very transformative. So I want to help people get along of a lot of issues, to have a look behind the scenes, what the universe is telling them and how they can transform. And we will end it by beginning of spring approximately, so that the participants can grow with the time of spring, also using the homeostasis of life, because in spring everything starts to grow, and so we humans can. And if you want, please join me, because it will be a huge opportunity. And for this relaunch, I'm bringing a world known trainer called Robert Raymond Riopel on board, so the participants also can learn on one call from him directly.
It sounds interesting. Awesome, Andrea. And you would find all the links in the description. So do check it out and do connect with Andrea. So, Andrea, before we end this particular episode, what is the one message that you wish to give to our listeners?
Oftentimes, we don't catch what is in a situation, and to become more aware, to be like a little observer, observing your life. Because to ask to be aware of every thought we think is a task which is impossible. But to get the to be aware of the bottom informations we of what's happening in a situation would be very helpful for everyone.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Andrea, once again for being a guest on the show. And, I learned pretty much a lot of things over here. And yes, it's crucial to self discover yourself if you really want to go long ahead. And I'm sure connecting with you and, knowing more about you and your program will definitely transform a lot of people to become more happy, more satisfied, And yes, probably it will fulfill the mission that you are in. So I wish you all the best for the mission, Andrea, and looking forward to connecting with you once again.
Thank you very much.
Awesome, awesome. So with this, you have just listened to the Digital Maddie Show with your host Mithil. Thank you so much for listening to our show and giving so much love. Don't forget to subscribe to our show on any podcast platform that you are listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to listen more such episodes. This is Mithil signing off with Andrea at the moment. Until next time, meet you soon with another guest and their exciting story. But until then, keep rocking, stay safe, and don't forget to keep creating content. Ciao.